Lidia, you've been calling for a treaty to be first. What is your concern with the Makarrata Commission supervising treaty making in phase 2 after the voice?
I think that, this whole voice thing it sounds lovely and it makes you feel really warm and fuzzy, and the way Pearson talks about it is very nicely said, but it's a conservative view from a conservative black leader. It's a conservative view that has been devised by the Liberals and the Conservatives in this country. I think in terms of treaty, Victoria said no to constitutional recognition, and that's not out there anywhere. The only reason why treaty is happening in Victoria and everywhere else is because blackfellas come together and said, we do not support constitutional recognition and we want a treaty. The problem is, with the Victorian treaty, is they won't even acknowledge that we are sovereign people to the lands. I negotiated that treaty bill in Victoria and I said I want to put in there that we are sovereign, and they compromise and put in that legislation that we say we are sovereign. So we know that this government will never say that we are sovereign. They won't put it in legislation. They won't put it in the Constitution, because that's a power we have in this country for not ceding it. By going into the Constitution, people say it doesn't cede our sovereignty. Well, put in the legislation that we, or in the Constitution, that we are sovereign people of these lands. And I bet you Pearson won't agree to that, and neither will any minister in that place. So this is about tricking our people into thinking this is good for us when it has no power. Treaty is the ultimate power because we are sovereign, and these white fellas, the colonial people who committed genocide on our people, they've come over here and they're saying that they are sovereign. That's a debate we need to be having in this country. Who are the real sovereigns of these lands, and why are we the sickest, poorest, dying every day in our country? Why won't the government implement deaths in custody? Why didn't Ken do that? Bringing them home report. We have 22,000 Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander kids in out-of-home care today. So we have to save lives today and not feel all warm and fuzzy about a powerless voice that the government are just going to basically laugh at the end of the day and take advice